Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Ponzo Live channel. I have a very special video for everyone today, one that very much intrigues me, where my brother sent me this video while I was scrolling through TikTok this morning about how to reduce your recoil without doing anything other than just changing some settings that is already available in the game. So I will roll the clip right now.
Are you curious on why a few of your favorite streamers like Nick Mercs and Huskers always have no recoil? Well, a common theory is that they're using recoil scripts and devices like a Cronus Max, and I'm going to prove you wrong with this secret setting. Head over to your settings and change your field of view to 120, click advanced and change it from independent to affected, and you'll start beaming kids in no time.
You can't really see much from the video, but that's what we're going to be testing today to see if it actually makes a difference if we change our settings. The three guns that I'm using, and I'll show the recoil patterns under normal settings in a sec, but I've chosen the AMAX, the PKM, and the Fennec. Now the reason why I picked the AMAX, the PKM, and the Fennec is because it looks like out of the categories they have some of the most recoil. Now I know that AK probably has the most out of all the assault rifles, but I wanted to keep it so it is most like what we would actually use in Warzone. We also have the Fennec, which I know is probably not the most used weapon, but I do know that it's still viable in Warzone and has the most recoil out of all the SMGs. I'll quickly scroll through the rest of them so you can see. I know you're probably saying, oh, the MP5 is probably used the most. Well, it doesn't have that as much recoil, and I think in order to have a more objective test, we can use something with a little bit more recoil and something that's still used quite a bit in Warzone. And then for the LMGs, once again, I know you're probably saying, oh, the Bruin is definitely the most used, but it already does not have that much recoil. So we want to test something that probably has a bit more of it, something that we can actually tell an objective difference, and that is with the PKM. And as you can see, we got classes for the AMAX, no attachments, PKM, no attachments, and Fennec, no attachments. And we're going to see, does this setting actually affect recoil? Does it make a difference? Other independent variables that we have are just using an industry standard, going to Hackney Yard. I think this is what J God does to do all of his research videos. Try to keep everything as consistent as possible. We want to just change the guns and the potential for recoil. And we're going to do two 30-round sprays and compare them to what is already online, what we get, and what we get when we change the settings. And I'll already show you what I have now and what we're going to be changing, and we'll get into the game. So before we get into the game, here you can see these are my settings that I normally play on. So just under 100 for my FOV, ADS field of view independent. And these are what I've been playing on since I switched to PC from console. So the way that we're going to test it, we're going to line up exactly with this wall. Maybe move just a little bit to the left or the right so that we can get different sprays. And I will go ahead and show you what we're doing. But we'll start off with the AMAX first. So go ahead, aim down sight. Steps over.
Low ammo.
Alright, and let's take a look and see how this matches up with what we have online. Alright everyone, so the next weapon we're going to use here is the PKM. As you can see, I only have 30 rounds left in the clip. Going to line up exactly the same way with this wall here. Going to turn Aim down sight and just shoot up. Alright, second spray pattern here. Lining up exactly with this wall. And the bottom shot. And here's the stuff for the PKM. And we'll compare that to what's already online. Alright, and finally we have the Fennec. So I'm going to line up with this wall one more time and do the test.
I'm almost out.
So as you can see, these two lines to the right here, this one right here and this one right here, are the Fennec trails, and we will compare them to what is online. And with this, we're going to back out of the game, get into a new one so we get a fresh palette. We're going to change the settings. I'll show you what settings to change to, and we'll get right into it. Alright everyone, so we're back to the game, back to this old spot. And I will show you what settings I had on previously. So the normal settings I play on under general is just, you know, about 100 field of view and do nothing with the advanced settings. What the video suggested is to make the field of view up to 120. So let's go ahead and adjust that. So that's max FOV. And we make ADS field of view affected. Now what does this do? It makes it so when you ADS, it zooms to a value closer than the field of view setting, which only applies to low magnification levels, including iron sights. On face value, this should not make any difference at all. We'll go ahead and save those settings. So just to confirm once more, have those settings on. Game seems a little different, but we have this right here, and we will go ahead and do the test one more time. Over. So there are the first spray patterns. Okay. And we'll go ahead and switch to the next gun. Alright, so the next one is the PKM. Once again, same settings. 30 rounds left in the PKM's clip, and let's test her out. Alright, here's the second round. And there's the PKM's second recoil pattern. Alright, and finally here we have the Fennec. Once again, same settings, 120, affected. And let's see if this makes any difference with this gun.
Running low.
there's that. So I'm going to go ahead and edit these clips together, and I will have just some generic gameplay of me playing in the background while I talk about the results. Alright, so the first gun we have here is the AMAX, and at a first glance it does look like there is a bit of shrinking for that vertical recoil, but it doesn't seem like it is that significant of a change. Now, I don't know if that is just purely because the field of view is shrunken, so that means the screen appears smaller, so it gives that illusion that there is less recoil without it really affecting anything. So here are the test results for the Fennec. And once again, maybe a little bit of a shrinking, a little bit of a modified recoil pattern, but overall, nothing that is game breaking. And here are the test results for the PKM. And I find these ones to be the most interesting because it does look like in this test, there was a lot of change in the recoil pattern. So overall, I would say that the test results came out as inconclusive, and more testing needs to be done to really verify if this does affect how guns behave overall. Because as of right now, it seems like it's very subjective and affects how a gun feels versus how it actually performs. But with all that being said, thank you so much for tuning into the video. If you enjoyed the content, I would love to hear your feedback in the comments below. Feel free to also leave a rating and subscribe if you want some more content like this. Additionally, I do stream on Twitch every Tuesdays, Thursdays, every other Friday, and on the weekends at twitch.tv/PonzoLive. Feel free to interact with me in the chat, ask me any questions you might have about the game, or just talking in general. Once again, thank you so much for coming out. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.